Pardon me and my tone. You can't step to my throne. They ain't working like me. I did this on my own. You asking where we been, huh? I don't know where to begin, huh? All this dirt on my skin. I just came here to win. I'm more than a man, I'm a monster. Somebody call a pastor, doctor. I got a 6 cents for imposters. So now I'm coming for the whole roster. It's not a game, why you playing with me? You could double back, lose track, try and hang with me. It must be in my veins, something you can't tame, cause I break the chains. Can't control me. I got the power, I got the keys, cause I break the chains. They try to hold me, I'ma push back, just wait till you'll see. Please excuse me, your honor, but you can't hold me no longer. Can't you feel the vibrations? I broke out and left traces. Go ahead, try catch me if you can, man. You'll be looking all night, I'm the Sandman. New York, London to Japan. I'ma show the whole world who I am. Boom, boom, boom. Major look.
Bomb Squad! Once again, thanks for tuning in. You're listening to World Combat Sports. Salute each and every one of you that's tuned in the building. You know what time it is. It's Bomb Squad time. It's been that way for a quick minute. First and foremost, the supporters, man, especially the day ones. Appreciate you. Much love. You know what I'm saying? Thank you for always supporting the channel and tuning in when I go live. And also, I want to give a shout out to, Fight Week. This is boxing history. It's a lot behind it. I think a lot of U.S. boxing fans, to say the least, kind of took Wilder's reign as heavyweight champion for granted. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be a long time before you get someone with the height and with the power that he possesses to come back and emulate what he was able to do. And that's very important that people understand. This fight is a no surrender, no retreat trilogy for Deontay Wilder. There's no surrender, no retreat. Most of his fights that he's defended his title in has been a no surrender, no retreat. That's all he knows. You know what I'm saying? He knows how to go into the fire, not worried about how hot it is, what the temperature's like, because what he brings to the table is pretty much the temperature setter anyway. He has the equalizer at the end of the day. He has that motherfucking right hand. And so many people was talking like, when he was on his title reign, what he should change, what he do too much of. All he has is right hand etiquette, just emphasizing he's a one-trick pony, They pretty much didn't give him credit for even a left hand. It's almost like he was a one-handed fighter. But this fight right here, man, this is special. You know what I'm saying? You ask yourself this question. Who's next in line? Who's next in line after Deontay Wilder? Who is going to be his successor? I just go back to everyone who was talking about, Deontay Wilder fanboys and everything. These are grown men, right? A grown men who call themselves hardcore boxing fans. And they're not but they're not really understanding the magnitude of who's going to be his successor when it's all over, because he doesn't have an extensive, length of time remaining in his career. So it's going to be sooner or later, we're going to have this U.S. heavyweight champion departing, hanging up the gloves, right? And I don't foresee him returning for an exhibition bout unless it's against somebody who he really respects and it's for charity or something like that. All right. And I think the way Wilder, looks right now, I think he'll probably look the same way when he's in his late 40s and 50s, early 50s. You know what I'm saying? I just think he's always gonna look the part no matter where he at. But when it comes down to understanding what I'm asking you, right? Michael Johnson Boxing Talking More. What it do, bro? On deck. What's good with you? When it comes down to asking the big question about this weekend, in this era, we get to see a heavyweight trilogy. Who's next in line, man? Y'all should really pay attention and tune in to this match. This is a matchup right here that gives you everything you ever asked for in boxing, man. You got two of the top heavyweights in the sport right now, and it shouldn't be no hesitation to identify that as such. These are the top two heavyweights in boxing, hands down, period. When they were saying Tyson Fury was the number one heavyweight, Wilder has agreed to fight this man a third time. Not too many fighters in general fight a fighter more than twice, sometimes more than once, especially if it was a tough fight. They're not even trying to come back to this four corner domain and get it in once again. How special is this fight, man? It's everything to boxing. It's everything. Black fight fans, you need to show up and support the fight, whether it's from the comfort of your own home or if you're in Vegas, buy a ticket. Support the fight. If you're not going to support the fight, then don't jump online being so critical of what you thought, of what you heard somebody else say about the fight. Watch it for yourself. Support the fight. I know a lot of us think that, there's no way that Wilder can really recover from the rematch. There was so much going on in that fight. He had so many excuses. He blamed it on his team, the outfit, Tyson Fury cheating. Everyone with anything and everything because they refuse to freaking identify the facts. The facts are right here. One fact that's in front of us right now is October 9th. That is an absolute fact. I'm hoping and praying that nothing else happens with Tyson Fury all of a sudden coming down with the phantom freaking COVID. Okay? I'm going to leave it at that. It's getting pretty close now. We almost there to the weigh-ins. I just can't wait till the weigh-ins. I'm not sure if Bob Arum is going to call the National Guard at the weigh-in, but he's making a big deal out of nothing. Real talk. This is how I'm calling bullshit on Bob Arum and what he's doing. He's mad about what Kate was trying to do was set up a face-off, right? But yet they just had a face-off in LA before the fight was canceled. Nothing happened. Deontay Wilder was wearing headphones. He came into this final presser with headphones, took them off, and gave Kate that media respect, that media diplomacy. And Bob Arum lost his wits, man. He's extremely angry, very belligerent with whoever it was. I know Keith Idec came up there and said some bullshit, but I like the way, like I said yesterday, I totally appreciate the way he and handling himself during the press conference. It could have been real ghetto. Just being honest with you, that shit could have been real, raw, and uncut. What do you want to see from this fight? Are you coming into this fight saying, man, how long is, this is a long time coming. So I definitely need to tune in because, it's something special about this fight. It's a whole lot of, good with the bad with this fight. It was able to see some positivity come out of such a bad situation. A poorly representative of the sport in Tyson Fury happened to cheat the first time he ever won titles, then cheat the second time he won a title, and then come back full circle and duck out of 2 fights. That's a lot to deal with, people. You feel me? That's a lot for us to deal with. The amount of individuals that had the council reservations as myself and many others, I didn't get a phone call from Fury, apologizing. I didn't get that shit. But we had the council reservations. There was so much logistical stuff that couldn't happen. It was impossible for it to happen. But now it seems like Vegas is about to go down once again. Vegas is about to be live and live in color. We're about to have Deontay Wilder, who's 42 and 1, 41 coming by way of. He's about to step in. I ain't giving you Tyson Fury's record. I can give a damn. So he's about to step in there and fight for everything. You know what I'm saying? Everything that he told Mark Breland, he's about to go in there and fight for everything. When he says he want to go out on his shield, he want to go out on his shield against Tyson Fury. He's going to have to box a smart fight. You know what I'm saying? He's put on muscle. I'm really hoping deep down inside that the muscle that he's gained, and it seems like he's gained that muscle the correct way, with hiring new nutritionists and everything. He's able to maintain that respectable cardio that we know him to have. And we don't even have to talk about anything else except the entire package for which him and Malik Scott has worked on several. I'm talking about several. We're talking about, it's been a long time. It's been over a year and a half, people, that him and Malik Scott was able to work on this entire boxing package of the heavyweight champ. They've had enough time to sit down, review and assess analytics, make adjustments, changes, remediate, implement and execute training regimes. They had plenty of time to do this. For my, in my opinion, they had plenty of time to rest. Because I believe wholeheartedly that Deontay Wilder trained much more than Tyson Fury did. And it's another salute to go to Team Wilder, right? This is another salute that I got to give to him. You know how some boxers, they have a insecurity about showing training footage. Like you could never really see any training footage of them. They won't do anything. It'll be something simple. Like they'll be jumping rope. They'll be hitting the speed bag. They'll just be doing shadow boxing out on the road, pushing pavement, shit like that. But boxers never really, would get out in front of the lens and show what they're working on. And that's what I salute, Wilder for doing. Him and Malik was out there having fun, dancing. Not every time, but they were showing their workout. They was going through drills. He's basically letting the boxing fans, not just Wilder fans, he was letting the boxing fans see that he out here working. Don't be too worried about what you haven't heard him say or what he did or the accusations that he made. Pay attention to what he's improving. Pay attention to his focus. You know what I'm saying? That's most important. First and foremost, that's what you should be paying attention to. What he was working on. Because a lot of people were saying, and they still to this day, they continue to say that Deontay don't listen. He's his own person. He want to do things his way. And in a sense, if you stepping in the ring, it's a lot of fighters want to do things their way. But then Wilder say it was a blessing in disguise. This loss was a blessing in disguise. It opened up a whole lot of, areas. We can say, areas to his boxing game where he might have just said, you know what, it's time to hold myself accountable. I seen what happened February 22nd. I know what I need to change. In order for the changes that have to be made, they have to start with me. And he started with himself. He allowed himself to make a change in his camp. He allowed himself to be taught by a member that's been on his team for quite some time, and also an external member, whoever that was. I forgot his name that they brought in. But the primary head trainer, Malik, he allowed Malik, who was a former opponent of his, who he stopped in the first round. He allowed himself to have confidence that Malik has the intelligence to go in there and train him. Not just go through the routine of, how this technique or how this combination is supposed to work and everything. It has to be much more than that. You know what I'm saying? You have to have a common rapport with one another. There has to be respect. Deontay Wilder has to want to listen to Malik Scott. They have to be able to communicate. And it has to be genuine communication. Because you have somebody that's training you and you don't like them deep down inside, then the dynamic is not going to work out. The metric is going to fail. And I don't think this was the case with this training tandems that we're talking about with Wilder and Malik. I don't think it was the case. I think it worked out great. I think it tuned Wilder up real nice to step into the ring this Saturday night. Andrew Charles on deck. What's good? Salute WCS. I got a phone call from Fury. He needed an 8-ball. You hook him up? You hook that shit up? Trick boxing in the building on deck. Fury going to sleep, and we seen what happened to Fury cheated. Absolutely, we seen that, man. Shout out to Trick, man. Shout out to Trick, man. He's like the Oracle. I gotta call Trick the Oracle. He know everybody that the other people don't know. So he brings them to the forefront, man. Appreciate your work, bro. But this fight right here, I just look at it like with all the criticism that's been spread on top of it. Still, it wasn't enough to stop the shine. How precious the fight really is. Like it's going to be a long time, y'all. Real talk. I'm just going to say it. It's going to be a long time before we have another dominant U.S. champion. Jared Anderson, I have nothing against him. I'm just speaking my opinion. Jared Anderson isn't Deontay Wilder. Real talk. Deontay Wilder, the Bronze Bomber, has his own identity. Jared Anderson has the identity of another fighter who's a PED user. Though I'm saying, I'm not disrespecting Jared Anderson, but even his boxing skills has growth, just like anybody else. He has to grow. He's not a knockout artist. He's not a one quitter hitter. None of that shit. He is not that guy. I'm just curious to see how it all plays out, man. I'm really pulling for Jared Anderson to come up, but he's gonna be on deck on the undercard for this weekend, and he get to see one of the best. He get to see one of the best in heavyweight history fight, and he gets to sit back and take it all in. He gets to look at a trilogy of one of the most controversial two fighters in boxing history. He gets to be a witness to that, man. That's something special, y'all. Jared Anderson get to sit there and catalog all this energy that he's receiving from this fight week. He get to archive this moment because it may be a point in time in his career that he's able to step up and he's the main card for a heavyweight championship. He might be that guy. I'm not saying he's not going to ever be champion. Why? Why would I say that? But for the U.S. fans, right, for what we learned about the Deontay Wilder situation was somehow the trash talking and his aggressive nature. I don't know. I guess this was like the transitioning period to the boxing menstrual era, because there was a lot of cats out here very sensitive. I just didn't understand why you would praise the of our pastime who talk that shit. They talk their shit, boy. They gave you to it raw, period. They gave you that poison that you was looking for. And then, you get this day and era, man. It must be social media shit. It must be the new wave era of online complacency, because people was getting mad at what this man was doing. I do respect the fact he never digressed. He never digressed from what he said about February 22nd. He never digressed from it. He never said, let me correct something. You know what? Let me rethink this. No, he never digressed with speaking up for his people. Yes, he never digressed from that. He never digressed from firing a black man on his team. He never digressed from that. He never digressed from keeping JD's, a white man, a white trainer, on his team when people was trying to say he was a coon. He never digressed from that. He stood on this motherfucking square and he said, I do what the fuck I want. I'm the boss. I'm going in this motherfucking fighting. Y'all ain't. And they were saying, oh, you kept JD's, but you fired Mark Breland. Well, guess what? The story has been told and not sold. If you had the time to sit up here and watch YouTube videos, there's been several videos on this situation, especially the media coverage leading up to this fight. Questions will always be made, but if you did not watch the final presser, go watch the final presser with Top Rank Boxing. Deontay Wilder was quiet most of the, I would say 92% of the press conference. And then Tyson Fury, who was just displaying unnerving energy. He was just up there just fidgety, anxious. You know what I'm saying? He was unkept. Tyson Fury didn't know what to do. He was just trying to make a scene. He's like, what can I do? What can I do? What can I do to change the tone? I need to know I'm in charge. What can I do to be in charge? And the first thing he did was stand up. He wanted to try to employ himself, insert himself as being in charge right now. That's why he had to stand his fat ass up and balance out. Deontay stayed seated, said very little, zero to nothing at all to Fury. And then finally he engaged at the end when he should have. And what he said was thorough and straight to the point. Tyson Fury asked the question, and who the fuck gonna answer your questions? You don't answer nobody questions. Look, them UK fighters want people, they want the soft media touch. That's in the UK, just like Eddie Hearns bought Anthony Joshua over here for that fight in New York. You think some of these prominent YouTube media was invited? Hell no. Hell no. So when he asked Deontay Wilder that question about why did he switch up his team, why are people sitting up here really commenting on Deontay asking a question with a question? Deontay replying with another question. It was only right that you don't answer his question. He don't deserve that shit. He doesn't rate. He doesn't rate to have his question answered. You know why? Because he haven't answered the questions on why he's been a dope fiend and a dang boxing cheat. Why he have set boxes, why he have set compeers that contend and feed their family like he do. Why has he jeopardized their livelihood to compete and earn a living by cheating? He's been a cheater, man. He took pads to get in the ring. That's putting your opponent's life in danger. He's been a poor representative as a father. Not only that, this man came back to the sport. Instead of him standing on his square and admitting that he was a dope fiend crackhead, he came up with a mental illness storyline, y'all. His PR team agreed for Tyson Fury to come back with a mental illness storyline. That's fantastic, ain't it? That's very serious of you to come back with a mental illness storyline when there's actually individuals out here who are locked up, who are in the ground, you know what I'm saying, and who are living their daily lives with mental illness. But Tyson Fury says, you know what? Everything I've done in life has been grimy, deceptive, you know what I'm saying, insidious. Everything I've done in life has been that. So why not say it was just mental illness? And then, ESPN and everybody else ran with it. It was so much bullshit to that. Wilder has to split the ropes to no surrender, no retreat. However you choose to do it, if you're going to stay on the outside or you're going to battle him on the inside, you did it before. The 150% that I give Wilder out the gate is that his energy and the way he's looking and sounding and his entire behavior is exactly what I'm used to seeing when I'm at one of his fights or when he's preparing for a fight. He has that energy. I seen him drinking water. I heard Blue, shout out to Blue Blood Sports TV and all the other media that was invited and was able to have those arrangements made to be in such a high look. This boxing match is a high level of media diplomacy. Like, in order for you to be there, it had to be special arrangements. So from what my understanding is, you have some very prominent media voices there. Champ side, I've seen his interviews that he did already. I know the energy, man. No, I went there by myself, no credentials. The first time I went to MGM, I just stood out there and I called them as they came. I get it. These cats out here working hard. Blue Blood Sports TV, Champ side. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be some more. Who am I missing? I haven't really seen any other media guys getting it in right now, but I'm pretty sure they're on deck. Because look, you can come to the fight, but where you want to be is in Studio B. Studio B is where all the fighters that's not even on the fight card, all the visitors, they go in Studio B. And that's where you can get all the interviews you want if they allow you to. You know what I'm saying? So ES News, I saw him talking, but ES News is pretty much a PBC staple when it comes to the media. So I've seen several of his interviews he's done already. But salute to the black media that's out there to support one of the best heavyweight champions of this era. Support their channel. Go over there and like their content, share it. You know what I'm saying? Go over and share Blue Blood TV, Sports TV, Champside, and whoever else is out there from the LDBC that's going to be on deck covering this fight. The crazy part about it is, look, the crazy part about fight week, when you out there working, time goes fast. When your energy is right, you say, oh man, I'm starving right now, starving. But I'm gonna hold out for another hour. I gotta get this interview. You see somebody else come down and you say, oh shit, I gotta get this interview. Boom. You drop it on the hard drive. And then you trying to make your way out the damn fighting hole. Damn, somebody else come around the corner. I gotta get this interview. I'm telling you, man, I love it, man. That's the way it's supposed to be. That's the way it's supposed to be, man. I know they having fun out there on the front lines, man. Real talk. Let me get to this live chat. Appreciate everyone pulling up and tuning in. You know what it is. World Combat Sports on deck, man. And I have to apologize to the supporters, man. I am not at this fight. You know what I'm saying? I just couldn't be there. I had to move. Plus, I'm the primary custodian for my son. So he comes first before anything. So I'm the primary parent. So I have to take care of him this time around. So I just couldn't make it up there. You know what I'm saying? But don't hesitate for the next fight that's coming up. And y'all want to donate to the channel, man, you can. The Cash App is floating around. Support the channel. NY Sports on deck. WCS, do you believe the press conference means anything for the fight? Because Wilder was out of character as well. He's usually bold and up in your face. Listen, you identifying Wilder was out of character is the entire point that I've been making for quite some time with him switching things up. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, they were so used to being, they were so used to hearing Wilder boisterous. You know what I'm saying? They called him rambunctious. But all he was doing is just being himself, man. Tuscaloosa, Alabama, stand up, country, all that. He was just being himself. But how can he be out of character without you saying Fury staying in character? When they're both in character, really no one gets a word out. It's really nothing being said, like the first time they actually fought. The first time they actually fought, man, they put so much energy in that press conference. It was just jarring back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. It wasn't really enough deciphering to see who was saying what, who had the upper hand. So moving forward in life in this boxing game, I like what Deontay was doing because look, the mood is different for him. The mood is different for this guy. Why would he go up there and give all that excess energy when he's looking for retribution and blood come Saturday night? He did right, man. He saved all that energy and he's going to make it happen. And I think he's going to do a damn good job at it. It's definitely some new wave social media softness. Absolutely, Andrew. I agree. You know what I'm saying? Pac-Man, ATL on deck, man. What's good with you, Tay? Y'all definitely be sure to check out. He's actually on deck. Team Bomb Squad. Make sure you check out his channel, the Tay Jones, and he's probably going to be going live several times, doing this. But hey, when you out there on deck, if any one of y'all want to jump on and kind of enlighten a brother when some of the shit is done popped off, I would appreciate it. You know, hey, I used to do it. I ain't have no problem with it. It ain't gonna take no content away. But if y'all want to jump on here, man, you know, those of you that's out here, please, by all means. Benny's World, say hello on deck. What's good with you? Appreciate you pulling up. WCS, I believe Breland would be fired, but I don't trust JD's for anything. Word is bond, and JD's too quiet for me. Well, I can tell you this, NY Sports, real talk. The time that I was able to be around JD's, it wasn't just at a Wilder fight at either. I've been around him when he threw fights too, when he actually promoted fights. JD's never came off as this unsavory, clever-minded, individuals that was trying to be sneaky about it. You know what I'm saying? Everything he was trying to do was malicious. I never got that vibe from JD's, man. I never got that shit from him, period. When I saw him at the MGM Grand, I never got that shit from him. And that's the only reason I can talk about certain instances with Team Bomb Squad without talking for them, is what I experienced when I had the chance to be around them. And he's never gave me that vibe, bro. I'm just being real. Andrew say Team Bomb Squad. I know it's fast paced up there, man. I know the vibe, man. I was out in them hallways hours fishing, hours. I didn't even have media credentials, hours, bro. I did all that shit on my own before people even know who I was. I was out that shit hours grinding. That guy on deck, WCS, what's good with you, bro? Salute as a single dad. For sure, man. Appreciate it. You know what, NY Sports? Salute you, bro. You're the first one that ever told me that on here. Appreciate it. You know? People miss out on that. But it's not the easiest job. But when it comes down to people understanding what you do, like yourself, I got to give you that shout out, man. Sir Ken on deck. How's that job been going for you, Ken? How's life, bro? How you feeling out there? World Combat Sports salute. Salute to the wrenches and salute to the chats. Smash the like button, says Sir Ken right now, right here. Come on, man. Y'all heard what Sir Ken said, man. Come on, man. The man said hit the like button. Appreciate you. King Mitch on deck. Come back. What up? What up with you, Mitch? What is nice with it? Some say he is out of character. Others know he is in a zone, his own zone. Silence is golden. Didn't they say that? Didn't he say that there? Ken, didn't he say that? Silence is golden. So you can't really look. I totally get what you're talking about. But a character is just that. A character is something you can place away and close the door, and you can leave it behind. You can always go back to that character because you're used to it. But right now, he's staying composed, just like Ken said. And he's just making use of egging Tyson Fury on without really saying any words. He's egging the shit out of Fury. Fury want that first fight that they was in, Deontay Wilder. He wants him to get all up in his face, act like he want to kiss him. You know what I'm saying? You know how Fury like getting close to men and bump chest and stuff and try to rub nipples together and shit like that. He see how goddamn built Deontay Wilder is. You know, he want to sit up here. This is the same man who was in there trying to lick his blood when he was bleeding. You know, Tyson Fury is a demented individual. You know, he wanted to get that testosterone shield up between them two. He wanted to feel the body heat coming off Deontay. But shit, check this out. Deontay was over there in that red suit. Man, that shit was fire, dog. That red and white jogging suit he had on, that shit was fire, man. He was just over there chilling. And then when he started to, engage and respond to Tyson Fury, he still held his seat. And what happened when they got up and they said it would be no face off? He walked away, and still Fury's like, look at him, he's scared, he's walking away. No, he didn't give you the time of day, and you hate that shit. Fury did not even think about entertaining you at all. I mean, Wilder. He didn't give you the time of day. He said, fuck it, man. There's no need for me to exert myself in no way, shape, or form. I'm saving myself for these 48 hours that's remaining until this condemn. That's all. What do y'all think I mean about media diplomacy? I'm gonna keep it short. Listen. World Combat Sports has a website that I've had for quite some time. You know, I pay the maintenance on it. Yeah, I'm about to get right, you know, and get it tuned up and stay on top for real. Hold on for a second. I'm back, man. Mitch say, which one of you hoes gave a thumbs down? Man, don't worry about them hoes. Keep them out there doing what they doing, man. They paying attention one way or the other. You know what I'm saying? They paying attention one way or the other. You know, people just give a thumbs down for no reason. Well, back to the high energy aspect of it, man. History is absolutely in full effect right now. I love it. I can imagine how the energy. Well, I can't imagine. I'll take that back. I can imagine. I do. I can imagine. Ah, it's a lot going on out there in Vegas, man. Real talk, it's a lot going on. But let me tell y'all something about media diplomacy. An area that has just exhausted so many media personalities. But I'm talking about myself. You know, I felt I've did a lot on my own dime. I put in countless amount of hours, drove, whatever, didn't complain to nobody about nothing. I've asked people straight up, you know, man to man, can I get interviews? Some said yes, some said no. I've even had a point where I was supporting a fighter and you had some other media individuals, you know, that don't get along with me, persuade them not to speak to me no more. So they're pretty much manipulating internally. So if a boxer allows a media personnel to be manipulate them, right? I mean, if they're up here manipulating media personnel, and media personnel are manipulating them not to talk to someone else like WCS just because we're not friends on freaking YouTube. It's bullshit. I think different about the fighter. You know, I truly think different about the fighter now because every fighter is not going to give a damn about you. But the media diplomacy, it would be great if there's just another easier, more simplified system for us to get approved for credentials. It's not as easy as you think. You know, me getting approved for credentials, I had to go through the ins and outs, back and forth, all around to get approved. You know, top rank, all the content I got there with top rank. Times have since changed. You know, I truly believe, you know, Evan Cohen has his own way of doing things. And, you know, when I have your phone number, I just don't understand. Just because you can check my site and I have Wilder videos, you just want to shut me down and not allow me to attend any of his fights. I'm no way, shape, or form a groupie hoe ass nigga. Never been. I've never been that dude. Hold on for a second. Why does this thing keep going off, man? This thing keep going off. Just leave it off. That's my bag. I want y'all to understand something, right? Sincerely, I want you to understand about this media shit. I know there was a lot of people that was, you know, asking if I was going to be up there, and I definitely wanted to, but I have family business, stuff like that, right? But to earn media diplomacy, it's quite difficult. Like it's okay if you have a team or you know a lot of people. But me, I've always did just fine with doing what I do. I'm not saying I'm not a communicator. I'm not a person that don't ask questions. I ask questions. But when it comes to boxing, I just feel like my mindset is if you allow me on the job, let me work. Don't allow me a media press pass and restrict me to these particular seats the whole time. I believe media, in order for them to get the full story and get as much content, I'm talking about as much content as they possibly can to put out, they should be able to roam as much as at their free will as they can. They should be able to roam. They should be able to walk. When the fight starts, they should be able to be at the tunnel. They should be able to be down there where the fight is going to stage and get the pictures if they so, you know what I'm saying, if they have a camera. You know, I record and I take photographic stills. You know, I'm working two devices at one time, man. And I think that's very, very important. But a lot of my media shit I had to get under duress. I mean, not under duress, under stress. I had to find a way, somehow, some way, if I wanted to, you know, kind of get that Deontay Wilder walking out the tunnel, you know, going to fight Dominique Brazil. I had to work my way down there. You know what I'm saying? I didn't even have a press pass for that. No credentials. How do we get media diplomacy where certain media entities, if they support a fighter like Deontay Wilder, you know, they don't get the blackout treatment. Tyson Fury, you know, he prohibited or prevented a lot of black media from showing up at this fight. And from what I heard, that Deontay Wilder was able to have um that taken care of and reversed, and basically said, I want this person, that person, that person, that person. I want them on deck. And see, that to me is absolutely the way a leader should delegate. That's absolutely the way a leader should delegate. He needs to ensure that if he fight to be put out here as much as possible, will have the platforms out there to do it. Have the voices that you trust. Have those individuals that you know that's going to be putting in that work. I agree wholeheartedly. I agree. But the shit that I went through back and forth in some cases with Kelly Swanson, I just felt like it was bullying. Real talk. Like, man, I've did time serving a country, but you wanna treat a brother like, I was in a halfway house most of my life. I just learned how to read 2 days ago. You know what I'm saying? That's the cat in the hat books, Dr. Seuss shit. Greens, eggs, and ham, Sam I am. I mean, I just felt like I don't ever that getting these big promotions for me, it would ever be easy, because when I get there, I like to really work and move around. I don't like to be restricted. I appreciate and support of those who have approved me for media credentials. But I'm like, if you approve me for the job, let the nigga work. I could have doubled the media that I've gotten in fights if I didn't have a bloodhound on my freaking back. Yeah, I have a camera. All that. Hold on for a second, y'all. Man, the storm is motherfucking coming. 48 hours and it's on and popping. Suleiman said the winner have 30 days to secure a unification fight, or they'll be mandated to fight the winner, Al-Walin. And you know what? I like that fight between Al-Walin and if his next fight, if that's Al-Walin's next fight, I like that fight myself. Either one of those, I would like them to go in there and face Wilder. Great. I definitely want to happen, but we have priority right now. You know what I'm saying? We have priority. That priority is pretty much ensuring that we send that energy, that synergy, remotely from Friday all the way into Saturday. And I know a lot of y'all out here, you biting your nails and you can't sleep and you want to know what suit he's wearing to the ring. Don't worry. Just relax. You're going to see it, man. Do not worry. Don't sweat that shit. You're going to see it. It's going to be here soon enough. The suit. Yeah. I hope that mug can goddamn have a jetpack on the back of it and he fly to the ring. Just like that paratrooper did when Riddick Bowe was in there fighting Evander Holyfield. I hope he come down on a parachute right in the center of the ring. God damn it, something. Let's do something different. We won't have to worry about the jet packs. The damn battery packs. If you got a jet pack on your shit, you know what I'm saying? If you got a jet pack on your shit, man, fuck the batteries. Goddamn, when you land, do quick release on that bitch. Boom. Get your team members to go grab it. Let's get the business. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you all for tuning in. We have the bout that you've been waiting for. The heavyweight championship will be on the line. From Tyson Fury, the champion, and the challenger, Deontay Wilder. What will it be? We'll soon see. I appreciate y'all for tuning in, man. Apologize for being away. I had to take care of some shit. Some good shit though. But man, Friday, it's gonna be lit tomorrow. It's gonna be lit. I might be on twice tomorrow because I gotta show some Bomb Squad love straight out the dirty South. You know what I'm saying? And also I got to give a shout out to Atlanta Boxing. I want to give a shout out to freaking Coach Mustafa over there at Grindhouse. Man, he's building up his stable over there, and also he's building up. He has females on deck now, which is incredible growth. The only the ones I know though. You got Big Mac Truck, the car Scott, still undefeated. You got Mo Millions in there. You got Big Snipe. You got Tay Jones up in that camp. You got Christian. Man, who else you have up in? You have so many fighters coming out his stable, man. They just, oh man. He's done built the stable fighters quick. Real talk. And then I want to give a shout out to the media vehicles that's out there. You had the Blue Blood Sports TV, Champside. I think BFTB, if he's not already out there, he may be out there too. Drew Titan LLC, he should be on deck. Those are powerful boxing voices that's out there, bro. So stay tuned for their shit. Shout out to Everything Boxing and Sports, Money Brown TV, Knockout Boxing 86. Kano Local Sports was on. TBV was on earlier too. I've been having an opportunity to see notifications coming from Junior the Truth, man. Shout out to Junior the Truth OG, man. Keep doing your thing, bro. You know what I'm saying? Supreme Beast Boxing Talk. Mark Nash, y'all be sure to check him out. L Dub Boxing. Be sure L Dub too. He be giving you the rankings and everything. Be keeping me updated on some shit. Check out Pac-Man. ATL, his show, the Tay Jones show. Check that shit out. He be giving you. He said he was gonna give you most of the exclusive behind the scenes with Wilder. You know what I'm saying? So why not check that? Why not? And who else is out there? The guy. Pro Combat Sports, man. You know, continue to support my boxing, mixed martial arts, grappling. I have to educate myself on more than just boxing. Real talk, that ain't gonna never change. So I totally salute the supporters that jump into the live chat, man, consistently. You much appreciated. Just like Pac said, you much appreciated. We ain't talking about his mama. I'm talking about the loyal, supporting fans. You are appreciated, no doubt. Until next time, turn up and tune in to World Combat Sports.